Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is Let's Play City of Heroes with our martial arts super reflex Scrapper on the everlasting unofficial roleplay server of the new private server cluster from the Homecoming group. And we've been playing our character for a while, and she is level 15. And we're in the middle of the Bonefire story arc, which is one of my favorite arcs in the game. It brings together a whole bunch of the bad guys, warriors, outcasts, and Hellions on one side, and skulls and trolls and family on the other side. And it's about drug dealing, and it's about the two main low-level, like level 1 to 15 groups, the skulls and the Hellions. As a character in the game, this is basically the last time you do any major stories with the Skulls and the Hellions. After that, you've kind of graduated up to the other zones, like Steel Canyon, Independence Port, Talos Island, even Founders Falls, where other enemies, like the Sky Raiders and the Outcasts and the Warriors, are. And so it's one of my favorites, and we're going to be continuing that story. The current mission is to defeat 20 Hellions and 20 Skulls in Paris Park. This is Paris Park. It's a hazard zone. As you can see, I have not been in here at all, so the map is completely dark. There's an entrance to Atlas Park, an entrance to Steel Canyon. There used to be an entrance to Galaxy City over here, but that's been changed since Galaxy City in the game lore was destroyed. And then down here, this is the Skyway City entrance. I was in Skyway City, so I just came over here. Now, I mentioned then that this is a hazard zone, and this guy here tells us about it. He warns us that it's got hostiles of level 7 through 14, so we really shouldn't have trouble because we are 15, so all of them are going to be blue and lower to us, except maybe the bosses. The level 14 bosses will be white or yellow. But everything in this zone should be blue or something. Over there we have gray cons. It doesn't matter what level the guys are that we defeat. And I'm going to be turning off gaining experience right now before I forget. No XP. Right? So it really doesn't matter what guys we defeat. We're just going to go in here and defeat 20 of each. It's sort of a maze inside here in this area. You have a bunch of trees, and it's actually like a ceiling. You can't get in and out, and it's like a tunnel with mazes under the leaves. People used to get really frustrated by it. There are all kinds of bad guys, including skulls and Hellions. This area seems to be more Hellions, it looks like. And so we're going to stay around the outside. Around the outside of the park here along the street, my recollection is those guys are the lowest level, and I'm just going to go in here and take out as many as I can. This is a hazard zone, so the spawns here are there are a lot more of them. So in a normal zone, you get 3 or 4 guys hanging out together. In this zone, you can see there's like 12 of them together. And the idea is if you were level 9 and you tried to fight these guys, you would get owned because you can't fight 12 level 9 guys at once when you're level 9. We will have no problem with this because they're all gray to us, and I'm like purple to them, so they're going to get their butts kicked. The other thing I did want to point out before we start is I have made an application to a roleplay supergroup that's on this server called The United. I have no idea whether they're going to accept the application. If they don't, then we'll just continue as normal. If they do, then I'm going to be joining their supergroup, and they do role-playing, and they have role-play events. Now, that's not exactly the same thing as doing the story arcs, and my guess is that during the events, even if they do events in the Mission Architect where they've created missions, I will probably turn experience gain off for that. And what I intend to do is still record everything, just for myself, if nothing else. I want to see every minute of this character so that years from now, if City of Heroes gets canceled again, if I want to watch it, I can just watch the gameplay and enjoy and so forth. But but I also recognize if I do end up posting, I haven't yet posted any of this to YouTube because I've just not gotten off my butt to do that. If I post this and people start watching, it may be that people won't want to see the roleplay stuff and will want to see more of the combat and adventuring. Other people might want to see mostly the roleplay. And so what I'm going to do is probably parse this out, like split it out. I'll have a playlist for just this, where we're leveling and doing story arcs and playing the game. And then maybe a second playlist that's just for roleplay for the United. And then if I end up on a different supergroup with one of my other characters, because I'm not sure if the United allows alts, and I'm not sure if all my characters will be appropriate for it, and certainly my villains won't. If I end up in a different supergroup, then I'll make a separate playlist for that. So I'm not sure how it's going to be organized, but hopefully we'll be able to do it so that anybody who's watching can watch just the parts they want. Alright, so now I need to defeat Hellions, and I'm going to just come in here and kick their butts, because they're level 9. So we need 20 Hellions and 20 Skulls, so let's start with the Hellions. See how I'm going to be able to two-shot them all. Or even one-shot. But you can see how, if these guys are all white to me, I would be getting absolutely hammered right now. Right? They can't even hit me, because they're basically floored because they're so low level. And I can one-shot them. But can you imagine what it would be like if I were level 9 fighting these guys? I would be in so much trouble. Instead, they just get crushed. Wow, I actually missed one. But yeah, they have no chance. Just one-shotting them. Now again, we're not getting experience, it doesn't matter. And this guy ran away, huh? Let's see if I can get him. He's up. Did he go? Are you kidding me? Did he come up here? Where did he go? I don't know. Well, whatever. Here's the next group. These guys are also level 9. We need to get 9 more, so we will finish with this. So that tells you that spawn was 12, right? Because I defeated 11 out of the 20, and one guy ran away. You can see, they can't even hit me. Literally, they cannot. They're all floored. And my guess is, I'll check it when we get back in here. I'll check in a sec, but... yeah, see, they have like a 5% C, 5% chance, 5% chance. They're all floored. So that's why they're not hitting me. Because they're all floored. Unless they roll a 1 to 5, they're not going to hit. Right, you can just see they have 5%, 5%, 5% chance. So I'm not going to show that anymore. Not gaining any influence at all. Right, because they're too low level, right? There's no challenge. So there's no experience and no influence here. Now I am done with this. Oh, I didn't think I was done with it. I thought I was done with it. I was going to say, why am I still chasing these guys when I'm, you know, done with it? Well, because once the spawn gets aggroed, you really want to finish it. This way it will respawn. Now, so because the way it works is a spawn of say 12 guys will, I gotta go the other way. A spawn of say 12 guys will not fully respawn until all 12 of them have been defeated. So if you leave one, like I did before, it's going to take them a longer time to respawn. And you really don't want to do that because other players may come in here and they may need the spawn. You know, they may want to fight them. So I try to clean it up so that everything respawns correctly. But you can't always control that. You know, like if they run off, I'm not going to chase them all over the map. So these are still Hellions. So this is the Hellion side. Hellions, because it's near Atlas Park. If I remember right, somebody said the original design of this game had King's Row over here. And that's why there were skulls on this side and Hellions on this side, because Atlas Park is over here. But I don't know if that's true, because by the time I was in beta, Galaxy City already existed. We're still doing Hellions. We need skulls. Hellions, Hellions, Vajaloks. Hellions. 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 I'm just looking up here. Hellions. Skulls. Here we go. Alright, guys. So again, they should be able to hit me. They're level 10. They might not be quite floored, but this kind of mission is super fun to do as a tanker. You like taunt them all, you get them all in one place, and tankers have these fun AoEs where you can just AoE them down to nothing. It takes a little longer as a scrapper without the AoEs. In martial arts at least, you only have one AoE. And we won't get that until level 26. That's Dragon's Tail. See, we can't quite one-shot these guys. And there we go. So now we need 12 more. And these are more skulls. So we'll take them out. These are also level 10, they're Great Khan. Oh, one of them is a boss. That's fun. That's why the spawn is so small, because it's got a boss in it. Death Walker. You have no chance, buddy. You're a great hunting boss. Alright, we need to rest because of our endurance. There are some more skulls up there. We still need to defeat 9 of them. And then we'll be done with this mission. Alright, we can take these guys. There's 4. Right, so we need 8 more. When we finish this guy, we're going to need 7 more. Now this, I'm pretty sure I got this story arc at like level 12 or 11 or 12 or something. I think once you're past level 10 and you get your level 11 plus contacts, you can get it. And I think on my original character, who was a martial arts super reflex like this one, I got it at like level 11. And this whole sort of part where you're defeating 20 of these guys, you know, this is nothing at level 15, but at level 11, when they're all blue to you, this is rough. And I'm pretty sure I had to get friends to help me do this, because the hazard zones are pretty brutal when you're a scrapper by yourself at this level. Now, in higher levels, you know, when I was level 35 and 40, I was going into hazard zones and soloing stuff like this. That was not gray to me, but orange and red. But at this level, it's very difficult to do. Okay, so we're done with them. I'm just going to clean this spawn up so that it fully respawns for the next person. And then we will be done with this. And we'll move on to our next one. I'm still not as coordinated with combat jump as I used to be. Alright, so we can take these toggles off. We can put super jump on. And, oh, so now we have defeat all gang members. So now there is a mission in Paris Park. So we've now found out where their base is. And so now we got to be a little careful because there may not all be gray cons here. But it looks okay. Level 11s, that's nothing to us. Alright. Now we don't have any inspirations here, so hopefully we won't need them, but we'll see. Could get killed. It's possible. There is a hospital here in Paris Park, so if we die, it's not the end of the world. Cave walls resound with the sound of gunfire and flames, and I remember these caves. So I died many times in caves like this. To the Circle of Thorns with my character when she was my original Super Reflex Scrapper when she was level 6 or 7. It was a solo mission. The Circle of Thorns just had my number. They were just constantly hitting me because I didn't have focus senses yet. And they were shooting ranged attacks at me, and I didn't even understand that focus fighting wasn't helping me. Because, I mean, I'd only been playing the game for like 3 days. And I had to go out and get a friend of mine to come in and help me. And the two of us together kept dying. Together in a solo mission. I'm not sure if I ended up resetting that mission and not realizing that when 2 people went in together, it was going to get harder. But man, it was a map just like this with a cave network just like this, and I just got killed over and over again against the circle. Good times. Okay, come on. Gosh. Yeah, the hard part now is just, until level 22, just not having the slots. Even if I could get good damage enhancers, I don't have enough slot. Like on Crane Kick, there's only 2 slots on it, right? You just don't have the slots yet to put the damage enhancers on it to increase the damage. So it's just rough at this stage. Turn the toggles off so we can recover. I have to say they did a really good job in this game with the camera and the way it works. So that in a lot of games they make the caverns like 40 feet high, or like a room, like an office building, and the roof is like 40 feet high, and that's so you can pull the camera out so you can see better. But you really don't need that, at least in my opinion, in this game. I don't know if it's driving everybody nuts watching, but I don't really have any problems with seeing things in the camera. So what are these NPCs saying? What the? Silver Phoenix? This place, boys, battalion is already here somewhere. So what's battalion? I feel like the role players were talking about battalion as an organization that's doing something bad, but I don't know really anything about them. Oh, I thought that was a hallway. These maps are very maze-like. That is Hellions. Okay, no problem there. One of the things they did do that's quite wise is they put the spawns in areas that open out, so it's a little, the ceiling is a little taller here, but then in the caves it actually looks like a cave instead of something that's like 90 feet high. And I guess with 90 feet I'm exaggerating, but still quite high. This actually looks like a real cave. They did a really good job with the darkness here. They made everything that was dark like sort of purplish, but it's still, you can see. I absolutely detest MMOs or any other video game where they make it so dark you can't see what's going on. And that drives me nuts. What is the good of all the beautiful, gorgeous graphics if you can't see it? That always aggravates me. We've got some rails here, broken up, twisted. Obviously, this used to be some sort of a mine. Wow, quite the maze here. Alright, I'm going to go all the way down because we're going to have to come back. And then we'll investigate this side route when we come back. Okay, so there's nobody here. Now we're going to turn west. Is that somebody? Oh no, it's a mushroom. I thought I saw skulls or something over there. So we need to defeat all gang members, which means we've got to go through every part of this map. And they're saying, man, those skulls won't know what hit them, so these guys are fighting each other. Okay. Gotta be careful following these guys in here because there could be more skulls or hellions. So just trying to make sure I'm not getting into some more spawns and aggroing things. This ragdoll, you know, they added ragdoll physics in issue 2 or 3. They used to just fall backwards and not like flop all over the place. And I don't remember the ragdoll physics getting them hung up on the walls the way I've seen it in these private servers. And I wonder if they either changed the ragdoll physics after I stopped playing, or else if it's some quirk of the servers. So now what I'm doing is I'm going all around the edges. Oh, there's another. Oh, there's more to go. I'm going all around the edges of this big room. Try to take out the guys in the edge, and then I'll go up the middle. I don't want to get knocked down, so I'm going to go ahead and practice Brawler. And we'll finish with this guy. Okay. One of the things I definitely do with martial arts is I will follow the knockback guy, depending on the situation. I might sometimes switch. The problem with these guys is they all have ranged, so if you kick them away and you don't follow them, they're just going to shoot you. I'm going to stop and rest here. So and this is my point. When I came in here, I only had, what, 3 inspirations, I think. 1, 1, and 1. Now I've got almost a full tray. I don't have the lux I would like, but everything else, we've got a pretty nice tray of inspirations. And that's the thing, you don't really need to husband your inspirations because they will repopulate. And these two guys are fighting. Interesting. It looks like they're watching the fight, maybe. caught her alone. It doesn't seem like anybody else has noticed. We're just getting influence from this mission, not experience, and then we're going to switch the experience back on. Let's see. So these three guys are fighting. I'm sure they will stop their fighting as soon as I show up. An AoE, my kingdom for an AoE. I would love an area effect attack right now. But we have to be patient. With martial arts, you don't get your area effect till level 26, and then it takes till level 29 or so to get it fully enhanced. Maybe level 31, depending on what else you buy and what else you enhance, what you slot. So you can see in here, I can pull the camera way up above. This is a really big room. Oh. Another miss. Okay, so let's take a look up here at what's in the center of the room. I don't see anybody else. Sometimes these areas have little secret places that are like way up at the top. I don't remember which maps have those, where you have to just, like, you literally would have to turn on super jump and jump way up and then find a little nook up there, but I don't think this particular room has that. So let's see, there's more guys over here. Battalion, so it's not the battalion bad guys, but a guy named Battalion. We don't have any Lux, but fortunately he's a level below us, so we should be alright. Should be fine. He's by himself. Knockback should help us. So this is the Hellion guy, and I think there's a Skull guy in here too. Two different bosses. Fortunately, he's missing us. That helps a lot. And he has not thrown a burn patch on me yet. That's the evil one that does so much damage. Okay, we got him. Oh, that was actually close. He really wore me down, but that's alright. We defeated him. We can rest now, and then we have to look for whoever the leader of the Skulls is. And I think once we defeated both of them, then we have to go after somebody who's like a boss who's a combo of the two, both Skull and Hellion powers, but I'm not really sure. It's been a while since I've done this arc. As in, like, 10 years. So there we are. So remember I mentioned there's these areas up above you have to jump up onto. That's an example. Just use super jump to get up here. And then switch. These guys are blue, so this should be relatively easy. Okay, we've got an extra heal. We still don't have any luck, which is a little unlucky. And we got some salvage. Well, one of the things I didn't do was go to the merit vendor. I'm going to have to do that at the end of this episode so we can take a look at that. I suspect we're not going to need anything from it until, like, at least level 25 and maybe later, but we'll see. Wow, this is a huge like, look at the size of this cave network. This curves all the way around. And then there's another hallway. And since it's defeat all, I have to go through this whole entire network to find every single one of them. I can't leave any stone unturned, so to speak. Oh, this is just curving back, is it? So this one's just... Which one's curving back? This one's curving back. Okay. Alright, so it's not quite as big as I thought because it's all kind of curving back. But before I go that way, let me just come back here because I think I missed stuff. And I didn't realize it was going to curve all the way back. See, again, like, when I was playing this game a lot, this map is not one I've never seen before. It's just one that I'm rusty on. But when I was playing this game a lot, and you'd see this map, you know, once a week or something, I knew exactly how to most efficiently go through it, so I didn't have to waste steps like I just did. But I'm not, I'm very, very rusty at this map, so I couldn't remember which way to explore it. There's Bonebreaker, so that's the bone guy, right? This is the bone leader, the skull leader, versus the other guy, Battalion, who was the leader of the Hellions. So we don't have luck, which is unfortunate, but we do have a couple extra heals, so we should be okay. So I can be pretty liberal with the heals. Have practice brawler, so he shouldn't stun me. Wow. He's doing a lot of damage to me, but we should be okay now. And these guys hit hard. And he isn't an even level boss. There's a reason why he's orange. It's supposed to be a challenge. And it is. And that's it. Okay, we got him. So we defeated him. That was the hard part, was defeating the two bosses. Now that the bosses are defeated, the rest of these guys should be white, yellow, or blue minions. Maybe the occasional lieutenant, so it shouldn't be any problem at all. But again, we have to go through every millimeter of this cave. Because if we leave even one guy wandering around that we haven't seen, it won't finish. Now I do think when you get down to the last one or two, I believe that the, yeah, I was stupid for not resting there, by the way. After beating him, I should have rested. I believe it shows you them on the map. I think if you watch the older videos I've done, you can see it in a couple places, and I wasn't paying a lot of attention. But just like when the last glowy is there, right, and they show it to you on the map with a little white asterisk, they show you the last villains with a red arrow, and I think that's so that if you're in one of these missions and you're like on these huge maps and you're just like, where is the guy? It will show it to you so you don't get frustrated trying to find him and you have no idea where he is. However, that still could mean that we have to go all the way back here from the entrance, and I'd rather not do that. So I'm trying to crawl over the entire map, complete the entire thing, and just make absolutely sure that I have not missed anything. And I'm hitting tab over and over. So now let's go in the center. There's nothing else. Okay, so now we can start going back. And let's see, have we picked up any enhancements? Oh, we have actually. This is another recharge enhancer. That is excellent. So we can now put that. Should we do that? Let's up this. This gives us a level 17 DO on recharge of crane kick, so now it recharges in 8.4 seconds. So we've got a second and a half faster recharge on crane kick than we had by default, which is excellent. Which means we can use it much more often. Right, every 8.5 seconds instead of every 10. And I'm hitting tab, I don't see anybody in here. Okay. It's really the big rooms you gotta scout out, because if it's in the hallway, you generally will aggro it because you can't help but aggro it when you walk by. But in the big rooms, the aggro range is kind of small. See, look at this guy was right here in between the two. Like, I came down and came up and I didn't go here, and this is right where he was. So that's what I mean, you gotta crawl over the entire map. You gotta go through every nook and cranny, every micrometer, every nanometer of the map, every pixel. Find every dead end. Make sure you've defeated every guy, because if you don't, you won't get credit for it, and the mission will never end. Okay, so I feel like we've been through this whole side. We've done a good job over there, so let's come over here. This big room concerns me. Not that I think it's dangerous, but just it concerns me that there's so much space here that we got to make sure that we cover all of it and we look everywhere. Okay. So there's nobody up here? No. Up here? No. How about up in here? No. Alright, so that's looking pretty good now. I feel like we've been everywhere. I'm I'm tabbing like crazy. Alright, so there's no other entrances. Oh, and there's the last villain. Okay, so that must be the last guy in the map. So that's what I was saying. They do show you when there's only one or two guys left where they are. I kept the map zoomed in because on these maps I just can't see, you know, when it's this small I can't see where I'm going, so I zoom it in. And they're right here in the hallway. I mean, I would have gone down this way anyway because I hadn't completed this part of the map. Okay, here we go. Wow, that person is hitting me a lot. Is that a lieutenant? No, it's just a minion. Wow. She's just getting lucky. She's probably got about a 15% or 25% chance to hit me. And she's hitting me like every time. It's time for some soft control on you. Alright, another enhancement found. And then we're going to finish this guy, and this is probably going to be the mission complete. That's it. We're done. So now enhancements. That's not useful. It's flight. I don't fly. Put this over here. So now we have a full tray of inspirations. And is that a reward merit? Is that the end of the arc? That's just crazy. I didn't think it was that short. I thought it was like, this is only like the 4th part. I thought it was like 7 or 8 parts. The server does not accept donations yet. They did that because I guess some people are trying to ask for donations. So let's see if we get, let's go ahead and turn experience on. If we're gonna finish the story arc, we may as well get the experience for the story arc. Yep, looks like it. That's the end of it. We got 1,800 experience and 900 influence. Okay, that's like way more. I thought it was 900 and 900. That's like way more than I was expecting. They gave me like, what, 3 or 4 beads? I didn't expect that. You performed great in there, Silver Phoenix. The city and its people owe you a debt of gratitude. I don't know if you heard, but that ledger was stolen from Carla. It's a darn shame. The drug connections it described would have let us put away several ranking members of the Skulls, Trolls, and family. You saved a Magi Mystic, took down those warring gang members, and greatly expanded our knowledge of how the gangs in Paragon City operate. So now we're done with him, and if we go into our clues and our souvenirs, we have a skull bandana, and that is the Bonefire arc storyline summarized. So as you can see, we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 souvenirs. It's really 1, 2, 3, 4 story arcs, and then this Toothbreaker Jones thing is just from the Superidine ring. Right, I don't know why they gave us 2 souvenirs from 1. It's kind of weird because then you have 5 souvenirs but only done 4 story arcs. But we've completed 4 story arcs with this character, which is pretty good. Given that she's still only level 15, that's pretty awesome. So now I'm going to head toward, let's just go to Steel Canyon, it's the closest. And the other thing I wanted to show was merits. So we've got some merits now. We've got what's wrong with things? Silvis in salvage. It's got we've got 77 merit reward merits, whatever. And so what I'd like to do is go to the merit vendor, which I think is in Atlas Park, and we will. I'll see if there's one in Steel Canyon, but if there's one if there's not, we'll go to Atlas Park and we'll check it out, and then I'll stop for this session. So we completed the story arc, which is pretty cool. So that's fun. Let's see. There's the merit vendor. Okay, so let's do it here. This is Gimri Ridge. Remember, I was saying that Gimri Ridge was originally just this ridge area. This university didn't exist, I believe. I believe this was actually flat here, or maybe even had part of this hill. I'm not sure because it's been a long, long time. Alright, so let's go to the vendor. I love jumping on that. One of the things I really like to do is try to find clever ways to gain height with super jump, like this here. And then you can come around and go up here, and now you've gained some height. And then you can get even higher. And before you know it, you're super high, which is really fun. Can I get up there? Not quite. Oh, yes. Oh, not quite. Oh, well. Yeah. And that's going to hurt. But that's the idea of it, and I really like doing that. So here's the merit vendor. Let's take a look. Okay? I don't know much about the merits because the system was put into place after I stopped playing the game. But let's take a look. Let's see, enhancements. Archetype origin enhancement. Scrapper. Scrapper strike. So this would do accuracy damage. Oh, interesting, so you can buy these enhancements. The enhancement is a minimum level of 10. So it's unique. No more than one enhancement of this type may be slotted on a character. It enhances the damage power by 12 and the accuracy by 12. You may not combine these enhancements with any others. The enhancements level is always the same level as the user's. In addition, the effectiveness will increase when the user levels up. And then there are 6 in the set, and it increases your health. And if you look at the set bonus on the bottom, it increases your health. It increases your lethal and smashing defense and melee defense, which is very nice. Increases damage, increases recharge time of all powers. Ooh. And increases lethal and smashing resistance and mesh resistance. So they have, let's see, accuracy, damage, recharge, accuracy, damage, recharge, damage, endurance, recharge, accuracy, damage, endurance, recharge, and critical. So I might want to get one of these for one of these sets for my character. I'm not sure. You need 600 merits, critical strikes. This improves recovery, improves the accuracy of all powers. So it might be that we want to put like one of these on Stormkick and one of these on Thunderkick or something. So those are archetype origin, event enhancements, melee damage, blistering cold. Nah, we don't want that. Universal damage, overwhelming force. Regeneration, I don't really want that. So that's enhancements. Recipes. IO set recipes. Oh, so we can get our actual respec recipe. Oh, so if you want to respec your character, you can do that. IO sets. So let's see. Defense. So if we want to get defense, this would make you have to 6-slot it. You'd need to 6-slot a defense power to take the full advantage of this set, which I doubt I'm going to do. How about this one? This is a 4-slotter. Knockback protection, defense recharge, defense endurance. No, we don't really want that. Kismet accuracy. Yeah, I don't know. Serendipity. Endurance cost. Plus defense. Yeah, not sure I want any of these. So I don't know, but this is where you turn in your merits, right? So IO sets, reward rolls, random large inspiration, random level of, no, I don't want random inspirations, and then salvage, special salvage. Enhancement booster salvage, enhancement converter, grant you 3 enhancement converters. Okay, so this is the merit vendor, and this is where you can get merits if you want them. I think maybe those special enhancement, the scrapper ones, the AT based ones, there's there are 2 of those, and I might put those 2 sets perhaps on, say, Storm Kick and Thunder Kick. Other than that, I'm not sure what else I would want to do. There's a store right here. No, there, the tech store. I'm going to sell my enhancements, and I can do that off screen, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back with another episode in the future.